Hi friends, welcome to today's video, and today's probably a Monday, so Happy New Year. Today I have a special guest. For those who are new to this channel, I welcome you all. Thank you so much for subscribing. To my returning subscribers, I'm excited that you're back. And I have a guest today. Her name is Faith.
Hey everyone.
And she's my niece. And today I decided, since it's the new year, we want to share a little bit about our journey, and Faith will be helping us. I wanted you guys to hear somebody else share about their Christian journey and how they prepare themselves for a new year. We are supposed to have goals, and a lot of times we have resolutions. Whether we follow them or not is another story.
That part.
But as a Christian, we want to talk about the resolutions we have in our Christian walk. So Faith, hi.
Hi guys. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm excited that she's here. She's very young and vibrant. So at least you'll hear someone else's view.
Stop. I hope I live up to the hype.
Of course you will. You can follow on Instagram, you'll see. So guys, Faith, how do you, in a new year, do you have Christian goals?
I do. I try to. So one of my biggest things is being consistent in reading the word. And I know there's super Christians out there, but for the rest of you regular folk like me, there's some seasons where we're super consistent and some that we're not. And so I kind of try to plan out different devotionals. So at the end of the year, I'm doing research on what books I can read, what devotionals I can use, what plans I can follow. That way I don't catch myself slipping. So that's one of the things I do when it comes to that.
Okay, so you said you prepare yourself. So December, you're kind of preparing yourself for the new year.
Yeah.
And do you can you share probably a book or something that you used, that you found that you used it from January to December? Because like you said, consistency is the main thing.
Right.
We always go in the new year with this hype and excitement. And then by February, March, you don't even know where the book is.
Right. Yeah. So I actually don't have a book that I used throughout the whole year. I just used various plans. One of the plans that I really enjoyed was The Voice of God by Priscilla Shira. The Armor of God by her as well. I did a lot of her books this year. One book that I'm excited about that my therapist told me about is The Secret Place. So I'm going to be starting that one starting January, and we'll see how long that one takes me before I plug into the next one.
Are these found on Amazon? The Secret Place?
Yes, they are. I will give her the link and she will put it down in the description so that you guys can, use that one. It comes highly recommended by her, and I trust her a lot. So I'm excited to read it and to go through that plan and stuff.
Okay, that sounds great. So now, when you were in 2023 and you were probably mid-quarter of the year, what challenges were you facing? Did you face, and how did you overcome them when it comes to, your consistency, be it in reading the word or going to church?
Yeah. So definitely a lot of burnout. I got tired. So one thing she didn't say about me when she was introducing me is that I be doing the most. Y'all, I be doing the most. I be doing the most. So halfway through the year, I started to get a little burnt out just because I had so much going on. What really helped me was community. My community really was a crucial part of me kind of staying the course. Just those friends, those godly friends that are like, hey, what did you learn in the word today? And then I'll be like, I guess I need to read it so I can tell you. So that's been really helpful.
Would you tell them that you haven't been in the word? Or you try and just say,
right. See,
you come up with that old verse.
Right. That one I was like, the Bible said this. No. So there's some that I try to be like, you know what, friend, I skipped today. Definitely going to get back in it tomorrow.
That's good.
And then obviously there's other people that I'm like, the word says in John 3:16, or something like that. But yeah, so community has been really helpful. People holding me accountable, my mentors like checking in with me, like, hey, like, how are you doing? So I really advise that you have good community and you have good mentors, because they will keep you like on track whenever you can't, like, we're not meant to do this walk alone.
I liked when you said you'll be doing the most, because sometimes when you're a Christian, you kind of you want to be relevant in all areas, But I know you're doing the most is referring to church stuff. So what are you doing in church that helps you stay, in line with the word of God and keeps you motivated and,
Yeah, so I serve in different areas at church. I serve with our worship and I serve with our young adults. The biggest time that I give with serving is with our young adults, and I serve with our small groups. And this has helped me stay like in the word, because I'm encouraging people to get plugged into community. Our church is really big, and so it's easy to get lost in all of that. So the best way to make a big church small is by being plugged into small groups. And so that's my mantra. I'm like, you need to be plugged into a small group. And so I believe that you can't be preaching what you don't practice. And so again, that being in community, that's what I mean by being in community is, the various small groups and all of that. Making sure that the small groups are running also helps me make sure that I am running.
That's true.
So yeah, honestly, getting plugged in and serving in your local church is one of the biggest things you can do for yourself this year. If you're not already doing it, just going to church and leaving on Sunday is not enough, or just watching online is not enough. Doing outreach, like going and doing outreach, serving people in that way. That's helped me stay plugged in with my walk. I think we try to overcomplicate our walk with Christ and whatnot, but it's the little things. How do you serve in your local church? If you're not serving, I encourage you to do it. There's so many needs. Be a greeter, smile, make someone's day as they're walking in. You don't understand how encouraging that can be for you. It's not for the others, it's for you. All of these things are for you.
I like how you said serving, because sometimes I think we avoid serving because you want to do you know, I want to do me. Have you heard the I'm doing me, I don't want to be in it,
I don't want to be with my business. Well, what business are you doing that you don't want people
I love that. Because it's true, and sometimes people may feel like you're trying to be, Jesus, best friend or something. You want to be his deputy, but that helps you actually grow if you're plugged in. And by the end of the day, you're so exhausted, from whatever it is that you're committed to in church. So now, how do you have certain areas that you say in 2023, I can say, I didn't fast like I did in 2022. Why? I haven't figured out what it was. But there are things that I know I didn't do good at, and things where I was like, well done. I mean, it's not like you're trying to blow your own horn, but you have to see that I did good and what kept me doing good. So for you, where did you see yourself slacking and you could have done better? And what are you saying that I think I did good and I would like to continue doing that good that I did?
Okay, I think I did good at, again, serving, because I already mentioned that. I think I slacked at finding intentional time with friends and family because I was so busy doing church stuff.
That's a tricky one.
So in this year, I'm going to try and find balance, like, kind of take off the serving hat sometimes and, spend intentional time with friends and family. I feel like I didn't get to see a lot of my family this whole year. I mean, obviously different like time constraints and location and all of that, but I feel like I can do better with that next year.
I like that. I like how you said, and I think that's something that a lot of Christians go through. You really want to do right, but then some churches, there's church on Monday, on Wednesday, on Friday, on Saturday afternoon, on Sunday, and you have no time.
Right. I'm a preacher's kid. We had leaders meeting on Monday, prayer on Tuesday, Bible study on Wednesday, choir rehearsal on Thursday, youth on Friday. Set up on Saturday, church on Sunday.
Praise and worship practice on Saturday, church on Sunday, church the whole day.
Right. Multiple services. Yeah. So just kind of pace yourself. My pastor always says, if you are doing something that you love, it won't feel like work. So if you're like, for me, I'm serving with young people. I hang out with young people all the time anyway. So to me, that won't feel like I'm overextending or doing too much. Okay. Like if you enjoy outreach, that's something that you're already doing, then just join the outreach team. If you enjoy like being a greeter, that's like maybe an hour in the first service. Then you don't have to do anything else the rest of the week after that. You know what I'm saying? Like just see what works best with your schedule to where you're not neglecting your first ministry, which is your families. So
that's true. That's true. And sometimes church make you feel like you have to stay in church, but you have to, you know, have that balance.
If your church is doing that, friend.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said if your church is making you feel guilty like that,
find another
question
one.
mark.
You have to.
Be careful, guys.
So, as you said, you want to be more intentional. But did you mention what you said you served? You did. So, in the new year, you're gonna obviously continue serving and try and find a balance so that you can be more with family.
Yeah.
But now, when it comes to your personal relationship with the Lord, what areas do you feel that you grew? Is there a particular book in the Bible or song, something that made you feel like, wow, this really ministered to me?
Yeah.
A lot more than, you even expected it to.
So, yes. Good question, by the way. Multiple things. One of my goals this year was learning how to truly hear the voice of God for myself. And I think I'm getting there now. In my mind, I was like, like how Samuel was like, oh, is it me, Lord? Yeah, yes, it's me. It is I. They called me. I heard an audible voice. So that wasn't like happening for me, right?
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, I just wanted to hear because I'm stubborn, like I don't know, like
are you be sure?
Was that the Lord or was that me in my subconscious? Yes. And then many people like saying I had a dream, I had a vision. I'm like, Lord, where are my dreams and my visions? But like just spending more time with him has helped me identify his voice over mine and just how he shows himself to me. So that was like a big thing for me this year, like really identifying the voice of the Lord in my life. And he comes in different ways. Like sometimes I would be like, oh, I had this great thought. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, you don't have the capacity to have such a great thought. Who do you think you are thinking you came up with this on your own? Like stuff like that. I remember one of my bosses was like, she was doing accounting, like something outside of, and then something popped up to her that like just changed the trajectory of our company. And I was like, wow, he was present even in her accounting. I was just thinking I only hear from him when I'm reading my word in my little 20-minute devotional or whatever. But now just like realizing that in every aspect of my day, like he's there and he's showing me different parts of himself that way. I think that was a big win for me this year. I'm excited to like study more on what the voice of God looks like to me. When I like just knowing when to identify this is his still small voice, or this is him knocking me upside the head because I'm about to do something dumb, or you know what I'm saying? Or like just him, like even that discernment, him showing me that maybe this is not a space that you want to be in, or maybe you should distance yourself from here and all of that. So just being super aware of the Holy Spirit and how it's like walking with me, I think was a big.
I like how you said, hearing his voice in different places, because then, and how you are actually giving him glory for realizing that, yeah, I am smart, but
this is not that smart.
Because sometimes we like to just get all the credit, and you may not even realize that you're taking the credit. You just think, oh, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Without actually realizing, those prayers we make, God does answer them.
Yeah.
And so, that I like that.
Yeah.
And I hope and pray that you'll be able to see that happening
more. Yeah.
And you'll have dreams and visions and hear the voice of the Lord. Like,
yes.
Don't run away. I don't know how, in my imagination, his voice is like thunder.
Right. So, yeah. No. So that's still small voice. yes. That's how, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Faith.
Thank you for having me.
I like how because sometimes when I won't say her age. She's not old, she's not young, she's right there. And sometimes there's so many challenges in life that draw us. We're so consumed in the things of the world that even when you're a Christian, you fail to hear the voice of the Lord when he's telling you that, I think you're taking too many pictures, or I think you're doing too much of that.
Right.
But having you say that you desire to actually hear the voice of the Lord, to actually serve, you're thinking about your relationship. And at times, I don't know if we get so comfortable, we're in church so long that we fail to know that, no, you have to assess your life and actually see.
Yeah, it's a personal relationship.
And how to navigate, like even something that sounds so silly or small, how you have to balance your family and church. That's a serious thing, because sometimes church will be offended. Your leader will be like, Faith, you have to. So knowing that you actually have to plan and think about your life, your year, how am I going to do that is awesome. And many times, I don't know if we're lazy. We're too lazy to try and think about our Christian walk. We think about many things. We plan them so well. But just intentionally thinking about your walk, I think, is a challenge. But I really appreciate you coming by. And I know they all want to hear more from you because you're so intriguing.
Hey!
Yes.
Well, I hope so.
Faith sings in the praise and worship. And, she's got that voice where I'm like, because some of us would love to sing, but God gives us differently. And like she did mention, she is a pastor's kid. So I know there are pastors' kids here on this platform who may be overwhelmed with the expectations that we put on them. I don't know why we do that, for starters. But we just have this expectation. You need to know all the Bible verses your dad knows. You need to know everything. But you are you. And sometimes we as the church, we don't allow you to be you.
Right.
We don't allow you to make mistakes. We don't allow you to sleep in.
Right.
You just have to be present. You have to be this role model for our kids. And yet
a lot of pressure.
You're just figuring out your life. You're just born.
It's a lot of pressure. Yeah.
What would you say to someone who's a pastor's child and are struggling in identifying who they are?
Right.
They were born and were told, I don't know if it happened to you, but I'm just assuming they're just like, pastor's kid, go and usher, or go and sing, go. They never want to just let you sit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have any words of advice for letting you sit. I don't know if that's a possibility.
No, but okay, not letting you sit.
I know. But, no, not sit, but sit. I remember.
Yes, you know how, like if I hear you're a pastor's kid, let's say
you're always doing something.
I'm just like, come on in.
You're always doing something. Literally, I remember I went to a church and I didn't tell them like anything about myself. And for some reason, they found out I was a pastor's kid after a while. And next thing, small groups. We did. I'm like,
just
right. I would say that's a really good question. And for me, obviously a work in progress, but I started to figure out like what I liked, even within so I tried everything, right? I tried
everything.
Kids' church. That was not for me.
You're good at it.
Kids' church?
Yes. My kids always say she would be good at it. And
I think I'll be good at it.
Are saying that, then you have that gift.
Right. So yeah, and that's another thing too. There's so many things that we can be good at, but you need to identify how that quickly burns you out. So if I was in kids' church, no matter how good I am, I would get frustrated really quickly.
Okay.
Greeting and ushering, I was good at that, but like I talk way too much. So
Yes, she
the
does.
point of that is to make sure that everyone feels welcome and goes to their seat and not
Avoid you.
gather at the door. So I was gathering the saints, and so we're like, maybe that's not a space for me to be in.
That's funny.
So we're like, okay, let's try to do something different. Enjoyed worship, and then I started to get comfortable in worship. I was like, you know what? Maybe this is my space. So I'd say don't be afraid to try. I know it's irritating and it's annoying. I wasn't very tech savvy, so I couldn't do like lyrics or sound or anything like that. But yeah, I tried different things and saw what I don't know, what's kind of sat with me. But also being vocal in a kind way. I'm not saying be disrespectful, but be vocal. Like even like with whomever, with your parents or whoever, and be like, hey, I think I would like to do this. Like, can I try this? I don't think they would be upset with you trying something different. What the problem is if you don't want to do anything at all.
Okay.
I think that's where our parents are like, no. And I honestly, I don't know if this is advisable, but I truly found my place in my church after I had taken a small like break. I think I took 2-3 months break from doing anything. And that's when I realized I was so incomplete, so frustrated.
Okay.
Like
At the same church?
No, it was a different church. I started serving there after I had taken the break.
Okay.
So I would just go
that's a
and
good
leave,
thing,
go
though.
and leave. And then I was like, well, I think I need to get plugged in. This is not
You felt it.
right.
And it's funny because I think the void that we feel sometimes, we think maybe I need to go shopping. Maybe I
Right.
need to
No, just be plugged
the
in.
void.
He's like, you need to do something for my
Yeah,
kingdom.
That's the void.
You can't just be a consumer of
Yeah.
the word.
We fill it up. We try and fill it up with earthly
Yeah.
things, and yet it's not that. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
just try it out. Try it. There's so many different serving spaces and expressions.
What
that you
about
could try.
when someone? Now, this is just a random question. When you know,
She's going off script, y'all.
no, this is just nuggets. You know, we need them for the new year because I feel like I should be in praise and worship. You see, exactly that exactly. So, well, how do you? Because you're talking about we need to be plugged in. I feel I need to be in praise and worship. I'm worshiping my God. Why are you judging my voice?
So what's your question?
My question is, why are you judging my voice?
So you're saying that
How? Yes,
you've
you
been
can-
told that you can't be in praise and worship. Is that what you're saying?
There are many ministries where you can tell, this person shouldn't be there.
Right. So this is where we need the wisdom and discernment of our leaders, right? And why I say that is that they're able to not only, there's spaces, and I've even been to spaces where they're like, you can't do this, and that's it, right? But like a good leader will be able to say, hey, I don't think this is a good space for you. However, I think you'll thrive here. Why don't you give it a try? Let's give it a try for a couple of days. And if you still hate it, we can circle back and discuss, right? And so like, we'll like maybe transition you from worship to intercession, right? Because we know you like to pray. And then you're thriving in intercession. You won't even, right?
Okay, so sometimes
you need
people are just...
you need leaders that are good at one, communicating, two, discerning.
Because I may just feel that's where I am,
Right.
just because that's where maybe someone was like, oh, we have a shortage of ushers. Can
Right.
I come and be an usher? And then
Right. No.
you're now stuck there.
Right. No. I think
Okay.
I think there's some nuance to it. Like you can't have like the meanest person being the one welcoming. And not saying people are mean, but like, you know, there's just some people that you don't want them welcoming at the door. Like you'd rather have them do something. Maybe they're the ones that are like not the greeters, but the ushers that are strict on, hey, this is where you're sitting.
Yeah,
Because you know you have people try to argue with you.
No. I like that. How you have the usher and then you have the ones who are greeting people.
Right.
So the person like at the door is saying, go over there.
And then the
usher-
one is like, here, you sit here. We're trying to fill up the front seats before the back. They're like, well, I'm more comfortable with the back. Well, go sit here. These are closed right now. You know, like, but
I don't like those people.
I mean, I don't
in
even
a
know.
nice way.
I don't know if they still have them, but
I think they do.
They do? I don't know.
And I know it makes sense why they're saying to us we need to,
Yeah.
because you don't want a mom all the way in the front.
But think about this. Now the pastor's preaching, right? And all the seats in the back are filled, but you're hearing trying to make your way to the front.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
And
saying?
then
Like,
you have
it's
a baby
easier,
and you have
right?
all these bags.
Right. It's easier
Yeah.
to shuffle in, like, adding
That's
to the
true.
back and stuff like that. It just makes logical sense. So, saints, if you're watching, please don't give your ushers a hard time. They're just trying to do their job.
Okay, we'll try. And don't tell us we have bad voices.
I'm
We're
not saying
just
so.
praising the Lord.
Right.
You tell me to sing in the shower.
Right. And so, like, even like there's choir options.
Oh,
like,
so
you don't
choir
have to
is
be
for everyone.
I don't know. Depends on the church. So don't quote me on
Okay,
that. Some
okay.
churches do like auditions and stuff like that. But like,
Yeah, I think
if you're
choir
off
is
key, you don't
more-
want to. We're trying to make like a skilled, joyful sound to the Lord.
But you can train me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's some churches that have the capacity to do that, but some don't.
Some don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Okay,
if
makes
there's
sense.
like
Yeah, it makes sense. And some voices maybe are not trainable. Like you just have a bad voice.
No, it's not a bad voice. I think it's like an ear thing. Like if you can't hear the tone, if you're tone deaf and you can't keep the key, then that's a little bit harder to train. But I think any voice
okay.
I personally
Okay.
like, don't quote me, singers out there. I think people can be taught how to sing. It's a matter of like keeping the key but if you can hold a melody, I feel like now not everyone can be a lead singer or whatever, but I think in a choir, I feel like there's opportunity.
And it's not every Sunday type of thing.
Right.
Those are specials. Well,
Right. Yeah, but if you want to sing and you think you can sing, there's so many resources on YouTube or whatever. Train that voice.
we're not trying to do. We just want to get that mic and sing.
Why? Then the question is, what's the heart behind that? Because
I
you're
want to
still
sing for the Lord.
you can still sing for the Lord from your chair. He can still hear you. You know that, right?
But even you, why are you singing in front then? You see?
No, I don't see. No, that's a hard posture thing.
That's one thing. I'm like, Lord, why don't I have
That's
voice?
a hard posture thing now.
No, I just want to sing to the Lord.
You can sing to the Lord from wherever you are. And he
All
will
of us,
hear you.
all of us can sing from wherever we are.
And they can hear
Yeah.
you. But like even in the Bible, you had the Levites, you had the whatnot. Everyone had their space that they were assigned to. That's not your space. Does that mean that it was only the Levites that were singing? And to everyone was just answering as well.
Yeah.
Guys, please don't quote me. Hopefully this part is cut.
No, it's not going to be cut. It's going to be there because it's Christian content. We're having fun. We're enjoying ourselves. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you'll see her again. I don't know when.
Yes. Love you guys.
But maybe she should start her own channel
Hey.
and teach us how to sing.
Hey.
But thank you so much, Faith. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
And
guys.
I will definitely try and get one of the books she recommended. Then I'll tell you guys.
If it was good or not. Yeah, she could
It's
do a book
probably
review. Yeah, I could do a book
probably they'll
review.
be good.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed
I
them.
have faith in you, like your name.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much. Till next time.
Bye, guys.